Before we begin, viewer discretion is strongly advised. The following content is intended for educational and entertainment purposes only. What you're about to hear is based on verified federal courtroom testimony from the Sean Diddy Combs trial as reported by reliable sources. What caused Sean Diddy Combs to visibly panic in the courtroom today? Why did his trusted financial advisor of 15 years suddenly turn against him? And how could a web of offshore accounts and wire transfers, just exposed by this same advisor, become the financial smoking gun prosecutors have been waiting for? In a dramatic turn that has sent shockwaves through both the entertainment and financial worlds, Thomas Winters, Diddy's chief financial advisor from 2008. Until late 2023, took the stand with thousands of pages of financial records. Prosecutors called it the money trail that connects everything. For over 15 years, Winters was the architect of Diddy's financial empire, overseeing everything from legitimate business ventures to what he now claims was a covert system designed to hide improper payments and potential evidence. But Winters didn't come across as a disgruntled employee or a man making a deal to save himself. He presented as a seasoned professional who had reached his ethical breaking point. "I built my career on financial discretion and loyalty," Winters said firmly. But there's a line between client confidentiality and enabling financial activity. It's meant to silence victims and bury evidence. According to sources close to the investigation, Winters began quietly documenting irregularities as far back as 2018, recurring payments that coincided with alleged incidents involving Diddy. As accusations mounted and more witnesses came forward, Winters contacted federal authorities, revealing a financial system he had helped build, but one he now believed was being used for control and coercion. If you're finding this information valuable, please like this video and subscribe for ongoing coverage of this unprecedented case. The testimony that changed EVRY to Aja's Thomas Winters was sworn in. The courtroom buzzed with tension. Dressed sharply in a tailored suit, he exuded the calm of someone used to high-stakes financial negotiations. Diddy, sitting at the defense table, remained still, but observant eyes noticed him gripping his pen tighter as Winters approached the stand. No one expected the financial testimony to dominate the day until Winters placed a laptop and several external hard drives on the witness table. A quiet gasp rippled through the room. Without theatrics, Winters explained the drives contained over 15 years of financial records, with patterns matching the prosecution's timeline of alleged incidents. Until this moment, Winters had been one of Diddy's most trusted insiders. Now he was the man unraveling the empire he helped build. "My official role was chief financial advisor," he told the court, "but in practice I oversaw a team of 23 professionals and had signing authority over 40-plus accounts in 12 institutions. I created and maintained corporate entities across the Cayman Islands, Switzerland, Singapore, and Luxembourg." When asked why he left after 15 years, Winters responded directly to the jury, "Because I could no longer reconcile my ethics with what I was being asked to do, and because the records I brought today directly align with the witness testimony in this case." The defense objected, citing confidentiality. But the judge ruled that financial records tied to alleged criminal conduct are not protected. "The paper trail, this isn't about theory," Winters continued. "This is about traceable financial activity, transactions, wire transfers, shell companies, and patterns designed to ensure silence and create dependency." He presented spreadsheets tracking payments from 2010 to 2023. One example, following an alleged incident in 2016. 7 wire transfers totaling $1.8 million were routed through multiple jurisdictions, ending up in a law firm's trust account. 2 days later, a new NDA was executed. "This wasn't isolated," Winters said. "It was systematic." He revealed a structure of shell companies, nominee directors, an offshore account specifically set up for what internal documents called PR management payments. When he questioned the system, he was told it was for litigation risk. Mitigation. Winters began to privately track patterns, urgent wire transfers after specific events, dormant entities suddenly reactivated, and recurring payments that stopped the moment recipients spoke publicly. Between 2018 and 2022, Winters identified 37 cases where large payments were made to individuals, then followed by smaller, regular disbursements as long as they stayed silent. The total amount dispersed, over $240 million, a system of control. Winters detailed how the financial structure evolved over time, adding layers of secrecy, new entities, and even cryptocurrencies to increase distance from Diddy while maintaining control. It wasn't just about money, he said. It was about using financial leverage to create silence. He recounted internal emails referencing a PR vulnerability that required financial management. Attached was a spreadsheet color-coding recipients by reliability: green for compliant, yellow for uncertain, red for breached. Payments were adjusted accordingly. This wasn't passive accounting, Winters said. It was active management of people through money. He testified that as media reports surfaced and settlements were filed, he realized many names in those reports matched recipients in the internal payment tracking system. These weren't coincidences, they were correlations backed by data. The final SDRAW Winters told the jury his decision to come forward wasn't sudden. It came after years of internal conflict and months of forensic analysis. He resigned in November 2023 after securing documentation he believed would reveal the full picture. "I declined financial incentives to extend my contract," he stated. "I preserved only what I believed was relevant to identifying patterns of financial behavior directly tied to the allegations." As Winters presented a timeline connecting payments with alleged incidents, Diddy's composure broke. He whispered frantically to his lawyers, his face tense. Court observers described him as visibly panicked. In his closing summary, Winters addressed the courtroom one final time. This wasn't just wealth management. This was a parallel system designed to buy silence. It wasn't just about protecting assets. It was about controlling people. He emphasized that while Diddy's public empire appeared legitimate, behind the scenes was a methodically designed financial machine one prosecutors now argue served as evidence of consciousness of guilt. FTR May TH's Winters left the courtroom. He didn't speak to the press. He walked out quietly with the dignity of someone who had made an extraordinarily difficult choice. When later asked if he feared professional backlash, his answer was simple. In financial management, our highest obligation is integrity. Sometimes that requires hard decisions. Outside the courthouse, the shock was still sinking in. Financial regulators are now reportedly reviewing the evidence. Legal analysts call Winters' testimony devastating. Victims now have documented financial corroboration, and the public is confronting a sobering reality behind celebrity success. Systems can be built not just to protect, but to silence. This case is no longer about whispers, it's about data. And sometimes, the most damning evidence isn't found in dramatic testimoniates in the cold, hard numbers. For more updates on this developing story, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. We'll continue bringing you the facts as they unfold.